Good evening, everybody. How are you doing, Heather? Rebecca, how are you guys doing tonight? Cody here. This is awesome. We're going to be doing a live stream tonight. I just got home from the family farm where I grew up. So basically, during this time we're in with the coronavirus happening, I had the opportunity because obviously I have time right now because all the shows have been canceled. S. Hart, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. And so I had this opportunity to go back to the home farm where I grew up and help my dad and my brother-in-law seed the fields this year. So we just kind of got done. We wrapped up seeding 3,000 acres, and it was I don't know how many hours a day we were driving the tractor, but it was we'd get up at 6 a.m. and be working until basically 11 or 12 in the night. So it was long days, but hey, we got her done, and it's pretty cool. So Elizabeth, how are you? Kat, so good to see you. Rebecca, Deborah, Jennifer, wow, this is incredible. Thank you guys for being here tonight. So this is kind of a refresher because I've been obviously on the farm for a couple weeks, so I haven't been able to do live streams. Kelly, how are you, my friend? I'm glad you're here tonight because I was going to play a song for you, Kelly. Cheryl, so nice to see you. Kat, how you making out? You doing good? I hope you're well, my friend. Shelly, I hope the same for you. So let me, if you guys are on the stream tonight, I just want to say thank you guys for being here. This is so cool to be able to do this again. It's, like I said, it's been probably, I'd have to say it's been 2 weeks since I've done a live stream. So this is, I wanted to plan this today because I was back from the fields finally and we got done seeding, and I thought what better time to do a live stream and catch up with everybody. Trina, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. I did hear your father-in-law passed. So sorry to hear that, my friend. That's a tough situation. I hope you're okay. Sending prayers your way. Doug, how are you, my friend? Shelly. So we're gonna play some songs tonight, and we are doing the Cody Roadies house concert still. So those are gonna be firing up again right away. I'm gonna be reaching out to a few people here right after the stream tonight to set up a couple more in the near future. We've been doing the Cody Roadies live streams now for, well, they must have been going for about a month prior to seeding when that started. And so we did quite a few live streams actually. And so and I know there's a lot more yet to do because when you're on the Cody Roadies, you can go in, you can become a host, you can sign up, and then I'll reach out to you and plan a date and a time when it would work for you and your friends to host one of these online house concerts like this. So this is pretty cool. Ellen, how are you, my friend? All the way from Denmark. So happy you can be here tonight. I'm wearing my, says Freshwater Cowboy. They're a great company. They sent me this hat. They said, Cody, we really want to send you a hat. We hope that you can wear it in some of your live streams and also at some of your shows. And this has become my favorite hat. I've been wearing it for the last 3 years. So if you guys haven't checked out Freshwater Cowboy yet, you can do that on their website. It's just go to Google and type in Freshwater Cowboy and up they come. But anyway, I'm going to get things rolling here. I'm going to play you guys a few songs that I haven't really played on live streams yet. So I'm pretty excited for this tonight. But the first song, when I was growing up, I grew up on the farm, like I said. We just got done seeding 3,000 acres. So it was, because of all the quarantine, self-distancing, what's happening in the world, it allowed time as a musician, because we didn't have any shows, to be able to go to the family farm and help out with seeding. Shelly, say hi to your family for me as well. That's so incredible. I hope you guys are all safe and doing well over there. And so I spent the last 2 weeks at the farm, and one of the coolest parts about growing up on the farm is I remember growing up there and having our first TV, and the TV was actually, the first one was black and white, and I from what I can remember, I'm guessing it was probably an 18-inch black and white TV. And so on this black and white TV, it really didn't do much. We could play one of the video games that we found in a closet that was really dusty called ColecoVision, and we could watch 2 channels on this black and white TV. And so a little while later, it was probably a couple of years later, we got a color TV, a 20-inch TV. And at the time, this was, 20-inch TV was a big deal back in the day. So we were, you know what I mean? Still only had 2 channels, but we had a 20-inch color TV at this time. And a little while passed again, and all of a sudden, now at the farm, now they have available that you can get cable television. So boom, all of a sudden on the farm, we got 14 channels, and this wasn't high def, but it was 14 different channels instead of just the regular 2. And so, you know, I started flipping through these channels when we got this new cable television on the farm, and I came across this one channel, and it was called CMT. And I was like, oh, what is that? You know, what's CMT? And I found out pretty fast it was country music television. And it was all these singers singing their songs and playing their songs to these videos that would tell a story behind the song. And I just sat there and I would watch that every day. And I'd watch all these singers, like Paul Brandt was big at the time. He was on there nonstop. So I'd be watching this, and he became one of my biggest influences because of that. And I'd watch this channel, and all of a sudden, you know, I'd start to get these visions, these dreams of, oh man, wouldn't that be cool one day as a farm kid to be able to shoot a music video and maybe even have it play on this channel. And so a few years later, it ended up being 2010, and we'll rewind from that, 2008 or 2004, sorry, I was getting ready to go to Nashville for my first time. And I've told this story quite a few times before, but I had to get a small business loan to be able to travel to Nashville to record my first album. And on this, part of getting that loan was putting a business plan together. And on that business plan, I had things like shoot music videos, be on tour with bigger bands, be nominated for country music awards. And at that time in my life, I was playing small town bars for $100 a night and wearing a sweater. And it was quite a jump anyway from where I was at. And so fast forward to 2010, you know, I'd never forgot about that music video goal that I had set on that paper. And 2010 arrived, and I found myself in Ontario and in Windsor. And Windsor is quite a big film city. They got a film school there, and they're quite heavy into, you know, the film industry. And so I met a director. His name was AJ Vandenberg. And I said, AJ, I really want to shoot a music video. And he says, Cody, you know, we can make this happen. We got a bunch of students from the school who would be interested in doing this. But music videos, obviously, do have lots of costs behind them with all the cameras, equipment, you know, all the staff, all the crews. So he said, it's going to be about $10,000. And I thought, boy, where am I going to get $10,000? And so I put my thinking cap on, and I went and I put in for a couple grants, actually. And I ended up getting a grant from Factor. And so Factor funds Canadian talent and musicians on their projects. They're government funded, and they support music and the arts in Canada. And it's an incredible organization. And so I applied for this, and a couple months later, I get word that they've approved me for this grant that I applied for. So here was the $10,000 I needed to be able to shoot my first music video. So we went down to Windsor, we shot this music video, and lo and behold, after that, we have to send it into CMT, and they decide if they're going to play the video or not. So it was, you know what I mean, a nervous time in my life, and the phone rang one day, and it was Al, my friend who books me shows, Al LeBlanc, and says, Cody, I got a call from CMT today. They said they're going to add your music video to medium rotation. And so for this farm kid who grew up watching CMT, that was sure a dream come true. And I'm going to start the stream out tonight by playing that song first for you guys. This one's called Rolling Back to You. Oh yeah! I could drive this car till the wheels fell off in the middle of nowhere. Hop a plane and fly till I got lost, wondering how I got there. Catch a rocket right up to the moon. Disappear into thin air. last few streams we've been doing some text singing. So if you guys feel like text singing, I want you to come on in on the na-na-nas. Here we go. If the rest of the world could feel the way we do, even all the Cody Roadies be singing too. Singing na 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 na. Just like that. Here we go. Come on. Like a sunrise, waking up every city in the world. Like a song that's ringing true, I wanna sing it for you. Like the gravity, pull the tide and keeps it rolling in. Keep rolling back to you. Oh, you guys got it, nice job, here we go. Oh yeah, I keep on moving. I gotta say, nice job, guys. That was awesome. Jennifer, you got it. Liz, thank you so much for text singing. Gabby, how are you, my friend? Oh, I'm so glad you can make it tonight. This is awesome. We had a great day here in Saskatchewan. It's beautiful weather. We've all been, for the most part, everybody's been pretty safe here in Saskatchewan. I hope that's happening for everyone else on the stream here tonight. I hope your areas are staying safe and all your families are well in this crazy time in the world. Melody, how are you? So glad you can make it tonight. So this is pretty fun. I was gonna play a couple of my favorite cover songs tonight, actually. A little while ago I learned this song, and when I was growing up, I don't know how many of you know this, I think a few of you do for sure, but I started playing in a punk rock band, and we were called Blind Hem. And you may ask where we got that name from. Aja, how are you, my friend? You may ask where we got that Blind Hem name from. Well, home economics class. Me and a couple of my buddies, we were sitting in there and we're like, oh man, like the girls, they just aren't, taking liking to us. So we thought, what can we do that would, up our chances like maybe getting a date? And so my one buddy says, well, we should start a band. Like I've heard good things about people who start bands. They become quite popular. And so we ended up talking a bit more, and we said, well, if we're going to start a band, we need a band name. And at the time we were listening to Blink 182, and like we were just, that was our favorite band. Nothing else in the world compared to Blink 182 at the time. And so I was like, well, and just as we said we need a band name, across the desk came this paper from the teacher, and we were learning how to do a blind hem. And so we were using the sewing machines in home economics, and we were learning how to do our first blind hem. And so this was where the punk rock band got their name, which is totally not where a punk rock band should get their name from. But anyway, so we started this band called Blind Hem. And one of our favorite bands was also AC/DC. Like, we just loved it. And so this rock band started going. We started playing every recess, every noon hour, every spare class. And so we had one problem. We never learned a full song. We would just learn the intro, like. So that's if you guys don't know a song called Damn It. If you guys want, you can look it up. But that's as far as we got in the song. Like, we would just learn that, and then we would think like, okay, let's invite some girls in now. Let's invite some girls into the room. And so we would play this intro. We would play this intro over and over and over again. And you know what I mean? The girls would just end up leaving because they're like, well, where does it go from here? And so the long story short, the band never went anywhere, but it was my introduction to music, and me and my buddies, we had a pretty good time doing it anyway. And And so one of our other favorite bands at the time was, like I said, AC/DC. And so as I progressed into country music, I thought, well, hey, you know, you should be able to do an AC/DC song, countrified. So that's what I did. I learned this. She was a fast machine, she kept the waters clean. She was the best damn woman that I've ever seen. She had the side to side, telling me no lies, knocking me out with those American thighs, taking more than her share, had me fighting for air. She told me to come, but I was already there, and the walls started shaking, the earth was quaking, my mind was sinking. We weren't making it, and you shook me all night long. Come on, baby, you shook me all night long. Here we go. We're working double time on the seduction line. She was a one of a kind, just a mine on mine. Needed no applause, just another course, made a meal out of me. And come back for more, just to cool you down, to take another round. Now I'm back in the ring to take another swing. And the walls started shaking, the earth was quaking, my mind was aching. We weren't making it, and you shook me all night long. Oh, come on, text sing now. Yeah, you shook me all night long. Here we go, come on, yeah. Alright, we're gonna bring it down. Well, the walls started shaking, the earth was quaking, my mind was sinking. We weren't making it, the walls started shaking, the earth was quaking, my mind was sinking. We weren't making, come on, you shook me all night long. Texting now, here we go. Yeah, you shook me all night. Yeah, Liz, come on, keep it going, here we go. Yeah, you shook me all night long. Yeah, you shook me all night long. Yeah, guys, that was beautiful. Jennifer, good singing. Trina, are you on the table right now? This is amazing. Deborah, how are you, my friend? Debbie, so good to see you. So glad you can make it out. I gotta say, what a blast I've been having. You know, when I was doing my first live stream, I got pretty nervous. I was like, oh, what's this gonna be like? Like, is this gonna be, what's it gonna be like? I just didn't have a clue. And so since we started doing them, it's just become so much fun, because like, it's just having a great group of people like you guys together. You know, that's what it's all about. That's always been what music has been about for me. And so to have you guys here tonight, it's just truly incredible. Kelly, I'm so glad you're here, because a long time ago you asked me, you said, Cody, if I do a Cody Roadies house concert one day, can I request a song? And I don't forget things too fast there, Kelly. From time to time I forget the odd thing, but I never forgot that. And so, you know, Kelly, one of her favorite songs she has told me over and over was a song called Someday. And so Someday, it was on an album called All Kinds of Crazy. And this was, I'll never forget this song, because it was one song, you get that one song in your life that you write, that it just falls out. And it happens so fast. And there's not even a lot of editing that happens after the fact. It's just you're in a moment and you're sitting down and there's just something that happens and the song just pours out of you. And so me and Adam Wheeler, my good friend, we were sitting down, and this song, it just fell onto the paper. And, you know, we released it on YouTube a little while later, because I recorded on my All Kinds of Crazy album, and we filmed a music video for this. And, you know, I was talking to my director for the music video, and he said, Cody, you know, this is like, and my good friend Al LeBlanc also, and they both said, like, Cody, this song could lend itself to strength and to finding hope. And, you know, the director had a lot of past experience with domestic violence, and he, you know, had experiences himself and has been through things and seen things. And he says, Cody, you know, I would really love you to think about this, to think about the idea that we could film a music video with that subject line, with the hopes that it could help people, that it could create awareness, that it could make changes in people's life, that it could give them the strength to overcome things that they may be going through. And so I said, man, I'm all for it. Like I'm fully down with it. Like this is truly incredible. And so we filmed this music video and released it on YouTube. And it was a little while later, you know, this song, it's on Spotify, it just started taking off. And it's one of those things, you know, like I've released songs and I've tried so hard to promote them and tried like my hardest to get them out there and to get people listening to them. And someday came out and I never did much. And all of a sudden on Spotify, you know, the song had over 500,000 streams, and on YouTube, the video was going up, you know, thousands of watches a day. And I started getting these messages and these emails from people, and the emails and messages were all pertaining to, you know, things that people were going through in their lives, and how this song had made an impact and how it gave them strength to get through the times that they were in. And it just changed my life. It changed my outlook on songwriting. It changed my outlook again. I always knew there was power to music, but I always used it for joy, and I always used it for happiness. And after I wrote this song, you know, I knew the true impact of music. And so I just want to thank everybody who's heard the song, who's listened to the song, who's shared the song. Kelly, I want to thank you for all the sharing that you've done of this song. And I want to play it for you guys right now. It's called Someday. Breaking like an ocean wave, hoping just to reach a shore, praying for the light of day to find your way out of this storm. You've been tossed about, lost and found, lifted up just to be let down. Someday love is gonna take you in its arms, hold you in your wounded heart, and your faith is finally gonna lead you through the dark. You'll find everything in time. I swear it'll be okay. Hope you know you're Thanks, guys. I hope you guys liked that one. Jackie, hey, how are you, Jackie? So good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you can make it. This is truly awesome. Rebecca. Doug, how are you doing today, my friend? Is everybody staying safe over your way? Gabby, are things, businesses and stuff starting to open up for you guys? Shelly, thank you so much for all your promotion. I truly appreciate your support, my friend. Deborah, same to you. I gotta say, this has been pretty fun. You know, I remember growing up, we used to go to the lake on the weekends, and I was fortunate because I grew up near 3 or 4 lakes, and every weekend, you know, me and my cousins, my grandma, she would, she was an awesome grandma. Her name was Alice, and so she'd walk around singing this song called Alice, Alice, who the is Alice. I'm sure you guys have heard it before, but my grandma was that type of lady who would, you know, wasn't afraid to have a good time. And so my parents and a bunch of my cousins' parents, they'd all send us to the lake with our grandma, and it was crazy. Like, I can't believe, like, looking back now compared to how things are and thinking like a grandma took, you know, 8 of us kids, grandkids, all probably, you know, 7 and under to the lake on the weekend. And I remember she used to get to the lake, pull out her pink cowboy hat, put it on, and she loved to drink Labatt's light beers. And that was like her favorite beers. And so I remember, like, we'd just be there and we'd go off and we'd get to have a blast every weekend. But my uncle would come down there. And my uncle had a boat, and his boat had a cassette player in it, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. And at the time, you know, this kind of became one of my theme songs, because growing up, and we'd be going kneeboarding, and we'd go water skiing, and we'd always be listening to these cassette tapes. And at the time, this just came out, and it became my summer anthem that year. And I think you guys might know this one. It goes a little something like this. It's buddy, just a gleaming in the sun. They had a great working man when his day is done. I'm gonna pack my paw and I'm gonna pack my aunt. I'm gonna take him down to the Cadillac Ranch. Yeah, the red old fans, white walls and skirts, rides just like a little bit of heaven here on earth. When I die, buddy, throw my body in the back. Take me to the junkyard in my Cadillac. Cadillac, come on. Cadillac, lying dark, shining black, opening up the mist-lit road, tearing up the highway like a midnight sword. James Dean in his Mercury 49, Junior Tom running through the woods of Carolina, Even Burr Reynolds in his black Trans Am, gonna meet me down at the Cadillac Ranch. Cadillac, Cadillac, lying dark, shining black, opening up the mist-lit road, tearing up the highway like a midnight sword. So I was hanging out in my office one day, and I was going through this song. This is when I was just learning the song for the live show. And I thought, boy, how can I make this song even more interesting, even more cooler? And so I don't know if this worked or not, but I said, well, what about if I did Dale along with Cadillac Ranch? You think that would work? So I started singing, I see Dale, Dale, daylight come and me wanna go home. I say Dale, Dale, daylight come and me wanna go home. Hey, a little girlie in a blue jeans tight, daylight come and me wanna go home. I say Dale, Dale, daylight come and me wanna. Have a good night, Liz. Thanks for being here, my friend. All right, all you tech singers out there, let's try this one together, all right? Get at those keyboards. Here we go. Dale, Dale, daylight come and me wanna go home. I say Dale, Dale, daylight come and me wanna go home. Worked on banana boat all night long. Daylight come and me wanna go. I say Dale, Dale, daylight come and me wanna go. Hey, you little girlie in a blue jeans so tight, driving all alone through a YouTube night. Oh my pretty fun, guys. I gotta say, this has been a blast. I wanted to do this tonight because I want to get back on the live streams, because like I said, I've been going seeding on my family farm for 2 weeks. We put in 3,000 acres in just I guess 2 weeks about. So it's been truly incredible. Brian, how are you, my friend? So glad to see you. But I want to do this quick refresher tonight because we're going to be getting right back on the Cody Roadies house concerts. If you guys haven't signed up to be a host yet, all you got to do, go to codyroadies.com, sign into your account, go down the interactive tab there. You'll see Cody Roadies house concerts. Sign up to be a host. I'm going to be reaching out to people here this week to set a bunch more concerts up for the next couple weeks. So this is such a blast, and I'm so thankful to have this opportunity to perform for people during this, time of going through a pandemic. I never could have said I would have thought I'd be going, part of something like this in my life. But it's, it's definitely, there's two sides to every equation, and it's, what I mean, there's pros and cons also about this situation. At the same time, I'm getting to spend way more time with my family and, appreciating things, just appreciating things that, before life gets pretty fast, and, you don't stop to ever think about what's actually going on. And sometimes that stop and that slowdown is kind of a refresher also in the middle. So, but I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. This is awesome. And I'm going to end things off here tonight with one more song. And this is one of my favorite songs off the new album, because I know that a few of the folks in the Cody Roadies have always requested this song, and it comes up time and time again. And I'm also thinking it might even make a good summertime single on country radio. So that's been in my thoughts also. So I know, and it's also a song that I've tried something brand new, and it seems to have been working out so far. So this one's called Shut It Down. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Tomorrow we're off. My wife's father-in-law, it's his 60th birthday, if you can believe it. So we are going to have a social distancing family gathering with 5 people. And it's I'm sure it's going to be good. And we probably will have to FaceTime in a few more people for the party also. So parties have changed a little bit. But I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here tonight. This is awesome. It really makes my day to be able to sing for folks like you. So this one's called Shut It Down. It goes like this. I've been racing all week, my tank is on E. I could use a little chill down long neck therapy. I've been watching those hands go around that clock. When they take her hands 5, I'll be ready to rock. Get a little loose, if you know what I mean. Let me shut it down and have us a drink. Shut it down. Turn it up. Pour a shot. Twist the top. Lift that switch. Get a little buzz. What you think? Let's shut it down and have us a drink. I need some neon lights lighting up my skies. Put some jingle in the jukebox and spin it all night. Watching those pretty girls dance. Ain't got no ring on their hands. All them country boys are lining up for a chance. Make a little noise, work out the kinks. Let's shut it down. Come on, have us a drink. Shut it down. Turn it up. Pour a shot. Twist the top. Lift that switch. Get a little buzz. What you think? Let's shut it down. Alright, here comes the rap. First one in, last one to leave. Yeah, we ain't got no time to sleep. In the middle of the night, the shot for free. So come along, drink with me. Come on and raise them up, pour them on down. One more sip, one more round. Follow the beat, getting down to the sound. Raise those hands, live and laugh. Jack and Jim and all of their friends. We're getting in it tonight. Everybody's feeling just right. Crank up the party. Trina, turn down the lights. Brian, I need your help right here. Shut it down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. Turn it up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pour a shot. Whoa, whoa. Twist the top. Whoa, whoa. have us a drink. Shut it down. Shut it down. I gotta say thank you guys once again for being here. Truly an incredible live stream tonight. Thanks Trina, thanks everybody. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Brian, thanks so much. Shelly, I hope you guys have a great weekend and you stay safe. And have a couple beers for me, all right? Thank you guys so much. Take care. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, guys.